Europeans have always been squatters. They showed up uninvited and they squat and they called it settling. And no one asked them or invited them to the places that they arrived. And when those places tried to coexist and extend a hand, what did the European do? Like any parasite, they drained their host and reappropriated what was left as theirs, as their own. In pre-colonial America, the arrival of the European brought devastation, not discovery. They brought disease epidemics in the Americas that changed the world forever. In Africa, the colonizers' arrival, once again, colonizers' settler model was backed by terror, violence, physical violations, theft, forced labor, mutilations, and biological and racial warfare. In Australia, the frontier war left thousands massacres, state-endorsed violence, masquerading as settling. Every shore they ever stepped on, arrived uninvited, led to violence, which led to appropriation. They call themselves settlers, but what they bring is war, destruction, devastation, erasure. They tore heads and severed hands, figuratively and quite literally. They stole identities, erased languages, stole spiritualities, rewrote maps, because genocide wasn't a bug. It was a part of the system, always has been, and still is today. And then they built apartheid regime on land and soil that was never theirs, while the rightful landowners was now subjected to their apartheid regimes, told to leave, assimilate, or vanish. It's never been just about land with them. It's always been about building a framework of white supremacy that allows them to pass down that playbook generation by generation across every European nation, to go forth and violently, brutally conquer. That's the framework of white supremacy, created by Europeans for Europeans on every continent that they've ever infested. Spread disease, war, and death, take land, declare your settlers rightful owners, build systems that criminalize the indigenous of the lands that they stole, rewrite history, and get upset when you hold up the mirror. That's not settlement. That's an invasion. And it happened on every shore they've ever arrived on. The transcontinental architecture of European settler colonialism is not an anomaly. It's a system, a structure of invasion and imposition. From biomedical warfare to land seizures, from indigenous genocides to identity theft, the European settler paradigm follows the same deadly blueprint wherever they are. Settlement is a euphemism for conquest, destruction, and violence. Wherever Europeans landed, from the Caribbean to the Cape of South Africa, the pattern repeated: arrival uninvited, violence, dispossession, and appropriation. In Americas, they brought disease, violence, chaos, cannibalism, and erasure. In Africa, they brought forced labor, physical mutilations, appropriation, land theft, resource theft, genocide. In Australia, they brought violence and erasure. Across these continents, the settler claiming what was never offered and renaming what they didn't understand and respect. These invasions were accompanied with Bibles, with steel, the doctrine of discovery, sanctioned by the Christian and Catholic churches. These constructs conflated whiteness, gave you a white God and a white Savior, forcing you to see them in the image of a divine likeness of a God that they forced on you. Europeans have always been global squatters. Cope.